Good morning, dear. God bless you all. Welcome in social studies class. Today we are going to read a very interesting topic. But first, observe the pictures given carefully. What are these things made of? Yes, answer is wood. And from where we get wood? From tree or forest. Correct. The area where a large number of plants grow close to each other are called a forest. About 20% of the area of our country is covered with forest. Today's our chapter 7 is about forest and wildlife. So come to the chapter. The different plants that grow naturally in a place are together called the natural vegetation of that place. Natural vegetation depends on things like climate, soil, and landform. So, plants in deserts are different from those in wet forest. When we study natural vegetation, we often look at forests. Forests are home to different kinds of animals, trees, and smaller plants. Okay, now, first topic is Forest of India. The different regions of India have different types of forest. Depending on climate, soil and landform, forests can be of different types. India has mainly 5 types of forest. These are rainforest. These are also known as evergreen forest. Second is monsoon forest, also known as deciduous forest. Third one is thorn forest. Fourth, mountain forest and also known as coniferous forest. Fifth and last, mangrove forest or also known as tidal forest or swamp forest. Okay. So first type of forest is a rainforest. Places that get heavy rain throughout the year have dense forest called rainforest. Most of the trees in these forests are evergreen. These trees do not shed all their leaves together, so they remain green all the year round. Alright, now listen. Rainforests are found in regions which are hot and receive heavy rainfall. In India, these forests are found along the slope of the Western Ghats, in the hills of northeastern India, and in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Some important trees of these forests are ebony, mahogany, bamboo, and rosewood. Now, second type of forest is monsoon forest. Monsoon forests are found in warm places that have wet and dry seasons. Most trees in these forests are deciduous. These trees shed all their leaves and become bare in the dry season. They grow new leaves at the start of the rainy season. Now listen, in India, these forests are found in the foothills of the Himalayas, northeastern states and in the wetter parts of the southern plateau. The major trees found here are teak, sal, shisham, sandalwood, mahua, etc. So, our third type of forest is thorn forest. Thorn forests are found in very dry places. They have short trees and thorny bushes which need very little water. In India, these are found in the dry parts of Rajasthan, Haryana, Gujarat, and southern plateau. The main trees found here are cacti, kikar, babool, and palms. Trees in thorn forest have long roots that can go deep down in search of water. They have thick barks and thorns and small leaves. Alright. Fourth type of forest is mountain forest. In the mountains, there are rainforest or deciduous forest on the lower slope. Higher up, where it is colder, cone-shaped trees called conifer grow. Still higher, it is very cold and only bushes and grasses grow. The mountain forests are found on the higher altitude of the Himalayas and the Nilgiri hills. The main trees of these forests are pine, deodar, fir, and spruce. The trees of these forests are tall, bear cones, and have needle-shaped leaves. So, fifth type is mangrove forest. River deltas and places near the sea have mangrove forest. Mangroves are plants that can live on land that is often flooded by salty water. The Sundarban Delta has the largest mangrove forest in the world. Alright. In India, these forests are found in the delta regions of Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Godavari and Krishna rivers. The main trees found in these forests are mangrove, dates and palms. A special feature of the mangrove trees is that their roots grow above the soil. These forests can grow in both fresh and salty water. West Bengal has the biggest stretch of mangrove forest known as the Sundarbans. Sundarbans get their name from a well-known tree Sundari which grows here. Now, a map is given on page number 37 in your book and all the 5 kinds of forests are clearly mentioned here. So please look carefully at the map given in your book. This is all about types of forest in India. Alright? Good. Next topic is why are forests important? Alright. Forests and trees are useful in many ways. When trees make food, they use carbon dioxide and release oxygen. This helps to keep the air clean and maintain its mix of gases. The roots of trees hold the soil and stop it from being carried away by wind and water. Trees give us wood, which we use as fuel for fires. Wood is used to build houses and for making things such as furniture and paper. We get fruits, medicines and other useful things from trees. Forests are home to many wild animals. Class, I think that you all know the importance of forest in our life. Take a look. They help to cause rainfall. They help to prevent floods. They help to make the climate cool and pleasant. They give us firewood to burn. They give us fodder for animals. They give us timber for our furniture and building. They give us many herbs that can be used as medicines. They give us wood pulp from which paper can be made. They give us hardwood for making railway sleepers and coaches. They gave us softwood for making crates, matchsticks, plywood, etc. They gave us such things as resins, gum, honey, lac, rubber, tanning materials, etc. They purify the air and they protect the environment from pollution. They provide good shelter for wildlife. They check the erosion of soil. They stop the growth of desert. Forests make a beautiful sight and attract tourists from far and near, and many more. Now it's clear to you that how important forests are. Next topic is saving our forest. Trees are cut for wood and also to make spaces for farms, houses, roads, railways and so on. Saplings planted to replace the trees that have been cut take many years to grow. As trees are being cut faster than they can be grown, our forests are becoming smaller. To stop this, we should not only plant trees but also reduce using the things that come from trees. For example, we may use fuels other than wood. We may also use old papers to make new paper. Then fewer trees will be cut down. Listen carefully. Humans are cutting trees on a large scale. This is called deforestation. We have to protect our forests not only because they are useful to us, but also because our survival depends on forests. We can protect our forest in 2 ways. First is afforestation. It means planting trees in an area that was not a forest earlier. Second is reforestation. As its name itself indicates that planting trees on deforested land. Okay, it is good that our government and our people have recognized the importance of forest. A number of steps have been taken to protect our forest. First is every year one Mahotsav is celebrated in the beginning of the rainy season and a large number of trees are planted all over the country. Second, under the social forestry program, people are encouraged to plant trees along roads, canals and railways line. Third, under a tree for every child program, every child is encouraged to plant a tree and take care of it. Now, here is when information is shared with you. For hundreds of years, people in many parts of India have fought against the cutting of trees. Often, a person would hug a tree so that it could not be cut. In the 1970s, this method was used by many villagers in what is called the Chipko movement. Chipko in Hindi means stick to. Alright? Chipko movement is a movement in which people came forward and hugged the trees, thus stopping the woodcutters from cutting down trees. This movement was led by Sundar Lal Bahuguna in Uttarakhand. Okay? His slogan was, if you cut one tree, plant at least three. Thus, he proved how important trees were to them. So, our next topic is wildlife of India. Wildlife means animals and birds living free in natural condition. In the forest of India, we find a large variety of wildlife. India is home to many kinds of wild animals. The tiger found in many parts of the country is our national animal. We have other big cats too, like the leopard, the Asiatic lion, and the snow leopard. India also has Asiatic elephants, goats like Indian bison. The rare one-horned dinosaurs, crocodiles, bears, wolves, and many kinds of monkeys, deer, snakes, frogs, insects, and fish. There are many kinds of birds as well, like parrots, bulbul, myna, kingfishers, duck, owls, and woodpeckers. And we have the peacock, which is our national bird. Now, our next topic is protecting our wildlife. Animals are hunted for their meat, skin, bones, tusks, and horns. Some are caught and sold as pets. Many animals like the tiger, the Asiatic lion, the Asiatic elephant, and the one-horned rhinoceros are now in danger of becoming extinct. Becoming extinct means that there are no more animals of that species alive anywhere in the world. Okay, they need to be protected. To save wildlife, we must protect forest because cutting away forest makes many animals homeless. The hunting of animals must also be stopped. Class, wildlife is a valuable gift of nature. Birds and animals help to keep a balance between plants and living things. Unfortunately, senseless hunting and killing has destroyed many beautiful and rare species of animals and birds. The government has taken over some forests to protect wild animals in their natural homes. These are called national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So, my dear students, now our government has set up a number of sanctuaries and national parks all over the country. These provide a natural home for different kinds of birds and animals. No one is allowed to hunt or kill animals and birds in these national parks and sanctuaries. Some of those national parks and sanctuaries are marked in the map. First, Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand. Second, Ranthambore National Park in Rajasthan. Third, Gir National Park in Gujarat. Fourth, Kanha National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Fifth, Kaziranga National Park in Assam. Sixth, Simlipal Sanctuary in Odisha. Seventh, Sundarban National Park in West Bengal. 8. Parrot Sanctuary in Kerala. 9. Silent Valley National Park in Kerala. Nagarhole National Park in Karnataka. Alright, this is all about your chapter. Now it's over. Please read the chapter and try to fill the bookwork. Thank you. Bye. Take care.